So my girl, the beautiful Riri, came through with a message, baby.
I'm a black woman. I come from a black woman who came from a black woman who came from a black woman, and I'm going to give birth to a black woman. And so it doesn't even, it's a no-brainer. That's who I am. It's the core of who I am in spirit and in DNA. We're impeccable. We are impeccable. We're special, and the world is going to have to deal with that.
And did y'all see Nicki Minaj fans, the Barbs, bum rushing Erica Mena?
I'm a Barbie. My own Barbie, a real Barbie.
You're one of Nicki's Barbs.
No, I'm not.
You're a Barb.
No, I'm not.
I'm okay, you're a Barb.
You wish. You wish.
You're a Barb.
Now, I like Nicki Minaj just as much as the next person, but you can't be walking up to people doing that. So Malik Yoba stopped by The Breakfast Club. Carmen Carrera, who is also on RuPaul's Drag Race, also stopped by with Malik Yoba. Also, David Johns, who is the National Black Justice Coalition, he's the director of that. That's a civil rights organization dedicated to the empowerment of Black, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, LGBTQ people, including people living with HIV/AIDS. NBJC's mission is to end racism, homophobia, and LGBTQ bias and stigma. And Nyla Simone, she was also on there with David, Carmen, and Malik. And when you look her up, she's a trans woman, and it says working to invigorate and celebrate the beauty in others and myself. So she is an activist. And you see, I'm using the correct pronouns. So I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but we definitely got to get into this discussion about what they talked about. So Malik came, I guess, to the Breakfast Club to explain himself on his affiliation with the gay community, and he had this to say.
The Pride Parade for me has always been like, wow, people are just celebrating life. It's not some mythical figure or some holiday. It's just living.
My opinion, I believe Malik danced around the questions asked all interview. He never made direct correlation as if he is sleeping with trans women, what does he identify as? When he was asked that, he had this to say.
For someone like myself who is heterosexual, who loves women, but I love people, and I hate to see people suffering. It's really, really basic for me.
And you see what I'm saying? Like dancing around the answers. Talking in circles. It's like you're trying to detach yourself from the situation. If you like sleeping with trans women, say you like sleeping with trans women. I know what you're saying if you don't feel me, but that's his truth. It's for him to say what he likes. Oh, it's not all about sexuality. Oh my gosh. But this is the first thing that he does. Check this out.
It's not about coming out. It's about stepping up and saying, yo, black man, when people want to shame Mr. C, or they want to shame Eddie Murphy, they want to shame Teddy Pendergrass.
What does Mr. C, Eddie Murphy, or Teddy Pendergrass got anything to do with him telling his truth on The Breakfast Club? Also, allegedly, all three of these men were in sexual relationships with transgender women. So, Malik Yoba, are you? Why you want to bring up their business? I'm just saying. I'm going to say this and I'm done. As far as the gay community, all umbrellas of it, the L, the G, the B, the T, the Q, the plus, the A, all of it. I don't care about what anybody else does in their life. If you want to live as a woman, I will respect you because that's your life. If you want to dress, if you say you feel like a woman, I will even give you the respect to call you she or he, or I will respect you because that's your life. But when you impose your concepts on my life, that's when it becomes a problem. You can't tell me that if my 5-year-old comes to me and says to me, Mommy, I am a boy, that I am supposed to take that in and raise my child as a boy. No, you can't tell me how to raise a child that I birthed. That's when you become the oppressor. So now you're doing the exact same thing that you don't want people to do to you. And that's hypocritical. So I can't get with that. People always want to say, but black people should understand Black people should understand exactly what we're going through. Okay, listen at this. Black people were treated lesser because of their skin color, right? I am not trying to treat you lesser because you are gay. I am telling you, you cannot change my mindset. I love you. I respect you. I don't want anything to happen to you. I don't want anybody to kill you. I want you to be treated equally. But you cannot change my mindset. That's two different situations. People can't understand that. That's similar to religion. It's like, okay, I'm going to respect you to be a Muslim. I'll respect you to be a Muslim. I'm a Christian. I'm going to respect you. You have different ideologies as me. I'm going to respect you. We can live in the same space, but you can't make me be on the same thing that you are on. Quiet as it's kept, some of y'all people in the LGBTQ community are doing the same thing that the quote unquote Christians did back in the day. Chill. We got to learn how to coexist and have a conversation without getting so defensive. And that's all I seen in this interview. The thing that makes me angry is Malik Yoba up here advocating for the LGBTQ community, and at the same time he ain't saying nothing about Mariah Lopez Ebony, this transgender woman that said allegedly Malik Yoba used to pay her for sex back in the day when she was a teenager and was also a young boy. You can't tell people to fully step up to the plate and advocate when you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing in this situation. And I feel like if Malik Yoba was going to do an interview and have a heart-to-heart, he really should have been telling his truth and allowing people to understand his perspective on the situation instead of dancing around questions and not answering stuff clear cut and trying to talk circles around people. Now you can't fool me now, Malik Yoba.